2 years in 3 minutes, 0.75, 4 minutes. I don't know how long I have, but I want to.
You ready? First.
No. Alejandra, I'm from Central Michigan University. And thank you, Francesca, for going first. So I have been told, don't look at the slides. I don't know how I want to do this. So remember, we were first, okay? So be lenient with what we do, okay? So we go. There we go. Si se puede. May 2020. Lockdown, pandemic. Guess what? The same year you guys were talking about this, we were just all like at home, not doing anything. I got an email like, can you help the president recruit this first generation Latina student, Heidi Garay Estupiñan? I was like, okay, why not? Of course, I'm Latin, I'm Hispanic, I'm Colombian, so why not? But what was the problem? Heidi couldn't explain to her parents all the information in Spanish about how she could go to college. She was going to be the first in her family, and her parents were like, we don't have the money. We cannot let her go without any help. To be first gen is, if your parents have not gone to college, you're first gen. That's intimidating. That's hard for anyone, especially for a Hispanic kid whose parents barely have finished third or fourth grade sometimes, So after a long phone call with Heidi's father, a visit to a closed campus, they said, yes, she can go. Oh my God, yes, she can go to college. First one in her family to do so, She was going to make it to college. My passion, it's those kids, the Hispanic Latino kids that don't make it to college because they fall through the attainment gap that we have, education in the United States, okay? They don't make it. So I started like, how can I help? How can I help? It's like there's so many needs, but so little money, so little support. I was like, I'm just not going to do anything. It's like, then I threw it to the universe. I believe in that a lot. Like, just put it into the universe. It's like, it's going to happen. 2022, it happened. First Gen Forward, it's a consortium of 400 universities that harness the education attainment gap for first gen students. And of course, our UIF, I was like, FIF. I was like, yes, that was my aha moment, Then we were part of that consortium in 2023. With colleagues, we just started doing workshops for these students. It's just like, what can we do? And we celebrate the first generation college celebration that is national as well. We were spread out thin soon enough. I was like, we need a coordinator for this. We cannot do this alone. Started knocking the doors, I was just like, please, we need money. Help us out. But guess what? If you're in higher ed, you know how this is. We don't have money, but we are going to create VIPs. We're going to create this position, everything. We don't have money for education, everything. That was my time to pivot. I was like, forget it. Either I do this or I don't do it. I'm going to just, from this ashes, I'm going to get something out of this. I just kept working with these kids, no money for coordinator. Well, now I want to keep working on that. Central Bridge is our first generation RSO. And an impact that my campaign has had is that we're going to first celebrate for the first time ever the graduating first generation students on Central Michigan, with a reception, with a coding thing. So what did I learn? Reframe, reconvene, reorganize, not lose hope. Maybe your project was not the one you set out to do, but at the end, maybe it was the one you were always going to be doing. My girls, first gen students, they graduated, 2024. I met her. Regina, she created the Ballet Folklorico on campus with my help. Yeah. And Jackie, an amazing kid. Remember Heidi? She graduated in May 2024. No debt. BS in business administration, minor in psychology. And her brother is going to go to college, and he's doing the same thing. So my question is, how might we make this population a priority for all college administrators? I know I talked to Mariana, and she told me that in Uruguay, there's a university 90% first gen. the US, we have a lot of first-gen students, and universities are not paying attention to that. How can we just make them, yes, they matter.